the Unleashing the Blue Economy of the Caribbean UBEC project, under its Contingent Emergency Response Component CERC, and in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, has launched the much-anticipated Farm Labor Support Program. This initiative can be considered a flagship program for the strengthening of the farming sector, as it provides direct assistance to farmers in an effort to increase their production levels, improve the overall efficiency of their farming operations, and yield increased revenue due to a reduction in overhead costs, particularly wages, as a result of free labor being provided.
We are introducing a new crop of farmers or prospective farmers, because as it stands right now on the project, they will be considered farm hands or farm laborers. But we do have this expectation that at least maybe half of these persons will form part of the farmers on island. So there would be a growth in that. And then these farmers now will be exposed to new techniques. They will go through a lengthy process where they are trained to consider some more environmentally friendly practices.
For the farm laborer, this program also presents a myriad of benefits, including the most obvious, which is a reliable form of employment for a 6-month period.
I was one of those who were part of the labor support program the last time, which ended in 2016. And it's not really something I went out to do, but when I started, I enjoyed doing it. I loved every aspect of it. And always said, if they bring that program back, I would love to go back to that same program again.
You get to learn a lot of things, how to prepare your crops, how to harvest and all of it. It's really nice. You can do your own little garden by your home. So it's also a form of income. So you can grow your crops, even if it's the 6 months crops, you can grow it and you can sell, and even you can use it. It can save you.
When I'm at home, I have nothing to do. So for me, it's a good thing because I'll be getting paid and I can use that money to do something else. At least get a farm, do my own farming after to help my family. As the program is in place now, I say thanks God. That will help a lot of people because some people wasn't working at all. They was just doing little jobs everywhere, you understand? It will help a lot of people.
This continues.
During an orientation ceremony held for the selected farm workers, Honorable Alfred Prosper, Minister with responsibility for agriculture, fisheries, food security and rural development, spoke on the importance of this program and others like it, emphasizing that manual labor is often difficult for farmers to source.
Today I'm excited because we are commencing a program in the agricultural sector that is very meaningful, critical and important at this juncture. Our farmers continue to face tremendous difficulties in the agricultural sector as a result of unavailability of labor.
He also highlighted that the provision of employment opportunities for the farm workers right here in St. Lucia is a major priority of the government.
Upon commencing my tenure as Minister for Agriculture, one of the most frequent voices challenged by the farmers is the unavailability of consistent supply of labor. In fact, there are many of the firm opinion that we must look to external sources of labor. The government of St. Lucia instead has opted to provide our people with the first opportunity to supply their services and to provide employment to persons who are willing and able.
This is particularly valuable in several communities throughout St. Lucia, where employment opportunities are limited or extend more so towards a corporate environment, while there are many individuals who are willing and able to provide manual labor and or possess vocational and technical skills who have difficulty finding such opportunities. In addition, the farm worker is able to learn a variety of farming skills which can be quite valuable to their overall personal development.
Sometimes the farmer alone on the farm and they don't have a help, so it's a good thing government do to put people on the farm to help farmers. I learned how to spray, so right now I can spray any chemical they have because I know about it.
In the program, like, you learn different things like harvesting, sowing of weeds, different stuff like this, like working with different people and stuff. I just loved everything about the farm.
If you are planting 2 crops, you need to know the family of the crops, because before you don't know that you just plant tomatoes and cabbage, but then it's not from the same family. And if you want to do intercropping, then you need to know what crops goes with which and how many spacing. You need to know your spacing, how to go about planting the crops, and when to water your crops, when to harvest. So it's really interesting.
It is also an excellent pathway to foster a mutually beneficial relationship with farmers, which could lead to further employment beyond the scope of the program. As of the airing of this mini-documentary, UBEC has facilitated the employment of 115 farm workers throughout the island. Accordingly, almost 292 farmers have benefited from this program, and it is anticipated that this number will increase as more farm workers continue to be employed.
I must say that the program is a lifesaver, because since you don't get the help people go from the workers, and then I'm a woman, there are things that I don't do. I am not supposed to do on the farm. You understand? I can do everything, but then there are things you're not supposed to do. So you need a male figure, you understand, to help with, and then you don't get that. So
I realize it's a good assistance for us, because all the time we spend, and sometimes we don't make it. So if we get a help, it's vital to us.
Very, very happy, because if it wasn't them, I have to pay people to come and help me with. So I'm very proud for them to give me the help I have there to do.
UBEC, in an effort to highlight the true impact of this initiative, has taken the time to visit a few of the farms in Region 7, which includes the Ancillary, Canaries, Roseau, Vanna, Millet, Sarot, and Marigot communities. Collectively, this region is home to over 700 farmers, of which 35% are women. These farmers mainly produce root crops with banana and plantain, accounting for 50% of produce, and vegetables such as tomatoes, cabbages, watermelons, and pumpkins, totaling the other 50%.
I grew up doing it, so it became part of me. And then I end up liking it, because when you don't have a choice in doing something, it's best you just like it because you have to do it anyway. So I end up liking it and then develop a passion for it. And I see it is something that I can derive some sort of livelihood from it. I do primarily dashing for now. I'm going into some sweet potatoes. I'm also thinking of going into some hot peppers as well. Labor is one of the biggest challenges that farmers would face. And if there's a program where labor has been provided, once they can do the work, once they're properly trained and they can do the work, it will assist farmers, because it started we're into the 3rd week now, and I'm a beneficiary in the sense that I had some of them working with me, and they have produced some good work, I must say, to some extent. I hope it continues, because I can do it with the labor.
You have heard their stories. You have seen the direct impact of this program to both farm workers and farmers. However, this initiative does not only benefit them, it also contributes to St. Lucia's overall approach to increasing food security.
We've trained over 500 young persons in farming, over the last 3 years. I want to train 3,000 more because our food security must be addressed. Because if we do not do that, we will continue to import millions of dollars of food that we can grow in St. Lucia.
Increased support to farmers under the UBEC project has taken many forms, including the procurement and distribution of the following: fertilizer, water tanks, new animal bloodlines, herbicide and agricultural lime, rehabilitation and construction of greenhouses, and so much more to come. The Ministry of Agriculture has been implementing a number of initiatives geared towards the same outcome. Honorable Minister Prosper describes some of these programs.
In the next few months, we will begin an agricultural innovation program in Union, Sahafa, and other parts of the country. We are going to organize a training program in greenhouse agriculture, where young persons live in school, young persons who are into the SBAs, persons who are doing projects can spend at least 3 months at Union or wherever those greenhouses are located to get training in agriculture. We are also moving to get crop insurance for the agricultural sector, and we have already begun discussions with some insurance companies.
He further articulates that climate change is not within our control. However, it is up to us to initiate the correct measures to combat its effects.
We have no control when it comes to climate change. But what is important for us is to build and establish a resilient agricultural sector that can withstand those pressures, whether from natural disasters, hurricanes, flooding, etc., drought. Because this sector, if we do not do that, we will continue to import a lot of food that we can grow here, and it will not go well for the sector.
Collectively, all of the activities mentioned have been carefully selected to combat food insecurity and build overall resilience into the farming sector. While there is much work left to be done, it is certainly rewarding to see the difference made on a micro and macro level, particularly when these efforts improve the quality of lives of everyday St. Lucians. We are on the right track.
If you cannot feed your people, if we cannot feed our table, put food on our table, it will be, really, really hard for our people, our country, St. Lucia. So everybody wants to go into farming, yeah, they can do so, because we have to be able to feed our own people.
This mini-documentary was brought to you by the Communications Unit of the Unleashing the Blue Economy of the Caribbean project, a production by Albiz Media. UBEC is managed by the Project Implementation Unit under the Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, and the Youth Economy, and is funded by the World Bank.